Hey, my name's Stephen Bennett. I'm going to be going over the title of our project, introducing the application scenario and problem statement, and introducing the functional requirements, as well as summarizing the ER diagrams. Our project is called the Student Study Group Finder. So the problem we're trying to solve comes from the Oakland University experience. Classes here can have over 100 students across multiple sections, and there's really not much time during a lecture to meet and connect with people. When students do try to put a study group together, they end up struggling to coordinate schedules and keep track of meeting times. Usually it ends up just being a messy group chat. Student Study Group Finder fixes that by giving students one place to create and join study groups, schedule sessions, and connect with students they might never have met otherwise. In terms of what the system actually does, it stores study groups with info on who's in the group, what topics they're covering, and a description. It handles user accounts with secure login. Group owners can schedule study sessions with a date, time, and location. And it keeps a history of sessions and who RSVP'd. One thing it doesn't do is connect to any of OU's systems. It gives everything to the students to just enter in the course and topic information themselves. For the database, we have 9 tables total. User is going to be the central one that everything else connects to. Tutor extends the user table for students who sign up as tutors. Group stores the group info and links back to who owns it. Group membership is a many-to-many join table tracking which users are in which groups and what their role is. Topic and group topic handle the relationship between groups and subjects. Session stores scheduled meetings linked to a location table that supports both online and in person. And session RSVP tracks who's showing up. All 3 join tables use composite primary keys to keep things clean.
Hello, my name is Terrence Pearson, and I will be discussing about the tools and frameworks and technologies that we implement for Student Study Group Finder. So the programming languages that we use is HTML, CSS, and Python. For our API, we use Fast API, which is a web framework for Python to support HTML pages. And for our database, we use MySQL and MySQL Workbench to create our tables. We did our coding in Microsoft Visual Studio Code, and we uploaded our code by using GitHub.
Hi, my name is Marvin Mamo, and I'm going to go over how our project is structured across the front end, back end, as well as the database. So on the front end, we used HTML with Jinja 2 templates and CSS for styling. Now, these templates make up the main pages of the application, including the dashboard, group page, login, and registration pages that the user interacts with. On the back end, we used Python with Fast API. All of our logic is handled in our main.py, where we define routes for features like user authentication, group creation, sessions, topics, and RSVPs. The backend processes user requests and communicates with the database. And for the database, as previously mentioned, we use MySQL. We made a database called Group Finder DB, which contains tables such as app user, study group, session, and there's a lot more. These tables store all of the data for users, groups, sessions, and attendance. So overall, the front end sends requests to the Fast API backend, which then in turn reads from and writes to the MySQL database.
All right, my name is Garrett Gressway. I will be walking us through the demo. So here's our login page or our home page. We will begin with creating a new account. So we will just put in some simple info here. You have the option to mark yourself as a tutor. And if you do so, you can put in your expertise and your availability. So once we've created an account here, we can log in using our email, our password. So once we are here, we're able to edit our profile information. We can change our display name as well as our bio, a little description about ourselves. As for study groups are concerned, you can create a study group. So we will add a title and a description. There's options to make it public or private and a skill level. Once you've created a group, it will show up in your study groups. You are able to view the group information. This will display all information related to the group. You can add a specific study session. So you will put in a time and a place for the study session. So if we wanted to make our session online or in person, we have that option. We can choose between the two, and the information that you put in depends on what your location type is. There's a capacity for how many people can RSVP to a particular session and relevant notes. So once you've created the study group and you've added a session, your members can RSVP to that session. It will display who is going to it and who is not going. You're able to edit anything about the group and add a topic for the group. So let's say the topic is calculus, and we would place it in the math category. And of course, you have the option to remove your topic. Going back to the dashboard, if you selected that you would like to be a tutor, you are able to edit any of the information that we put in earlier when creating an account. You can look at all of the available tutors who may or may not be in the database when they are available and their expertise. Once you have created a study group, you have the option to delete it. And all available groups, which are set to public, will show up in the list here. You can search through this list. So let's say we want to find groups related to calculus. That will show us groups related to calculus. We can join somebody else's group. It will show up in our study groups here. Let's say we want to go here. We can see all the information, RSVP if we'd like to, and leave if we'd like to. And if we leave, it will no longer show up here, as well as if we delete our group. And finally, we have the option to log out.